Hello Aquarius, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the energies and predictions for the sign of Aquarius for the end of June. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Aquarius, let's go ahead and get into this reading here for you. See what's coming to a close here for you in this last portion of June. Now the timeline on this reading will be from June 23rd all the way until July 10th. Reason I chose July 10th is that is the full moon in Capricorn. All right, let's go ahead and get all of the cards out here, get everything set up and in view, and then we'll get right into it for you. Okay. All right, and I think that's looking just about good enough to me. Energy on the bottom, you have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant, for some of you, you may be looking at something the way that you've traditionally done something, okay? So the idea of the Hierophant is that this can indicate tradition, and you may have traditionally done something one way, and you may be looking to break tradition here a little bit, okay? If I'm looking at some of these cards, this is very possible. The other thing about the Hierophant is that this can indicate marriage in the tarot. This can also indicate kind of like your elders in life, or some sort of like, I keep going back to this word tradition, okay, some like traditional knowledge, right? So like how do you explain this? Like colleges, universities, like the traditional way in which we learn can come forward with the Hierophant. This also can be about like larger institutions or organizations that you may be a part of. So if you, for example, work for a big business or a big corporation or a big school or whatever the case may be, that can show up. It can certainly be a higher education card in that it could be universities. These sorts of things could show up with the Hierophant. But there's something about like this word tradition that's coming into my mind here that I think some of you are soul searching around a little bit. Maybe you've always done something one way and you're now thinking of altering that or shifting that a little bit here. But there are definitely more messages here. I'm not going to hone in on that entirely throughout this reading, but that's something that is coming to mind as I look at the Hierophant on the bottom. You have a really nice reading here. You have double pages, so I think right now it seems like air signs and even water signs, for whatever reason, are waiting on some news or results at this time, Aquarius. There's something about this. Some of you are waiting for news or waiting to hear back on something here, for sure. But let's go ahead and dive in. In the middle, you have the Justice card, okay? So this is the energy of Libra, as you can see here, the Justice card. And, the Justice card, it talks about the results of our actions, really. The Justice card says that everybody gets the outcome they deserve, okay? Because our actions in life really are very important. And the scale here sort of represents the way in which the way in which our actions sort of end up, right? So like the scale here represents our actions and the results from them. The scale either goes up or down in one direction or the other based on what we're doing. The other thing is this could be a card indicating legality in some way. It can be a legal card. The other thing is, like, just generally, maybe the Justice card can say that you're looking to balance something out here. I think that that's probably more so where I would go with this Justice card in the middle. There's some element of balance here that I think some of you are looking to strike. Okay, you're looking to strike a balance around something with the Hierophant starting off here and the Justice card. Is there like a new way of doing something? Okay, are some of you putting your foot on the gas pedal too hard here? Yeah, are some of you putting your foot on the gas pedal too hard here? Actually, that might be something as well that is showing up Aquarius at this time. Let's try to dive into this. In the first column, you have the Knight of Cups, the Four of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles. So the Knight of Cups is a nice card for, love situations. This can indicate like a potential significant event happening in a romance that you may be involved in. Um, it could signify the change of a relationship status, that is going from single to in a relationship to single, or boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever, like in a relationship to marriage. Anything like this could be going on. It could change your marriage status, stuff like that could come forward here with the Knight of Cups as well, by the way. All right. Now, the Knight of Cups, it can also signify total happiness as well around something in your life. You can see that this person is really fulfilled and happy. They're on the horse here. They're throwing the cup in the air, energy, and they're kind of just in the moment and very happy about something that is going on. So let's see how this Knight of Cups kind of folds into the rest of the reading. I'm not necessarily seeing it here, but I think this could indicate some events around some news that you're looking for here. Okay, with the Page of Pentacles is a card that may say that you are getting word around a financial matter, or you are hearing news. This is a card that is associated with academia and learning. Okay, so I was getting something here about like universities or learning or something like this with the Page of Pentacles and the Hierophant to start off this reading. So some of you maybe are going back to school, or you're getting approved for something as well. This is a card of approval. Okay, hearing news or word that you're approved, let's say for the purchase of a home, or again, getting into a school, or approved for something, okay, can come forward here with the Page of Pentacles. And as the influence of the Knight of Cups is here, this could make you feel really fulfilled and happy as well. And what I would say is, again, tying in the Justice card here, because everything kind of points back to this middle card, this would say that you really deserve this. Like, you worked for this approval. You worked for this acceptance into something, all right? And you really, truly do deserve this. You then here have the Four of Swords. There is something about, like, taking a moment, okay? Taking a moment. The Four of Swords indicates rest and recovery, all right, Aquarius? And I think that some of you are looking to strike a balance around, maybe there's a work-life balance issue here. Maybe you've been really intent and focused on one thing, okay, on one thing here, and there's a little bit of a balance that needs to be had here. In the middle, you have the Ace of Wands, the Justice card, and the Nine of Wands. This is the part where some of you are so focused on initiating something. The Ace of Wands represents initiation in the tarot. It's a really good card actually for like starting a business, or, initiation, right? Like starting a business, starting a side hustle, starting a new hobby, a passion, a talent, an interest. These sorts of things are really, really connected to the Ace of Wands. And this is a really positive, happy energy. I love the Ace of Wands. So one of my favorite cards in the tarot. And I think that you're so focused on initiating or initiation towards something that maybe some of you are a little bit, the term's not overwhelmed, but you're a little bit, I'll just use overwhelmed. You need a little bit of rest, okay? Because with this Nine of Wands, this person here is this person's like deciding on whether or not they want to cross the finish line or continue forward. And you can see that they're like wary. They've gone through a battle here. You can see they're bandaged. And the idea is that this person's sort of like, they've been through a big journey so far, okay? And what I usually say with the Nine of Wands is this is not a time to give up. And I'm never a fan of, saying, give up. I'm certainly not telling you to give up. But you could take a break and also cross the finish line, I feel like. That's what I feel like, based on this reading. Because I think that there's like go, go, go mode here for some of you. Now, if that's not resonating, this is certainly a time to push forward and get that new beginning. Like if you've really been waiting for something and you haven't been taking action, you haven't been putting your foot on the gas pedal, maybe the message for you is the opposite, which is, here's your golden opportunity, here's your golden ticket, here's the Ace of Wands, let's go, let's get started. So what I can confidently say is you are getting results here with the Page of Pentacles. You're getting news around something. You're going to be pretty happy during this period of time. There needs to be a balance that you need to strike in some area here. Okay, and I think maybe even hearing the news or getting the results here with this Page of Pentacles may give you an opportunity to take a bit of a rest. This doesn't mean forever. This is just like a moment to regroup. And maybe going back with this Hierophant card on the bottom, you have traditionally been a person that is like go, go, go. Like you are a person who always puts your foot on the gas pedal, and you don't give your time space, or you don't give yourself space. You don't give yourself time. And maybe you're looking at adjusting that a little bit here with the Hierophant and the Justice card. So, yeah. In the final column, you have the Hanged Man, the Hermit, and the Page of Swords. Aquarius, I get it now. So some of you don't know what. Some of you don't know what to do. This is how I need to phrase it. Some of you are not good at doing nothing. Okay, if you have nothing going on, you don't know what to do. Okay, you're not good at doing nothing, which I totally understand. But some of you don't know how to spend your downtime. Okay, and so as a result, you always have something on your calendar. Yeah, there's always something on your calendar as a result, or there's always something that you're doing. You know, even me, like I'm an Aquarius moon. I don't know if some of you are resonating with this, but like I recently have been sick, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with myself. You know, there's this whole thing like rest. I don't want to rest. You know, I want to work. Like I don't know how to do this. You know, I don't know how to recover. I ended up, I'm on the tail end of this. So, but anyway, I think some of you are maybe getting this idea, which is, I think some of you have a little bit of downtime here. And you want to take a look at what you're doing with that downtime. You know, are you nourishing yourself? Are you putting yourself in a good position to continue forward? How are you spending your downtime, and how have you traditionally approached that? Some of you may be looking at here. You may be in a little bit of a wait and see here with the Hanged Man. A period of limbo is less so wait and see and more so kind of like limbo. I think using your time effectively during this timeline is going to be really helpful. You have the Hermit, which is soul searching. Okay, this is all about self-knowledge. And there is something here with the Page of Swords and the Hanged Man. I do think that there's a result coming in. I do think you're going to be pretty happy. But with the Page of Swords and the Hanged Man, that may indicate some type of delay, but let's go ahead and let's see, because I really feel like there's some result coming in for you. All right, let's go ahead and let's move into the clarifications here and see what comes forward for you to clarify this reading. I'm going to start off by pulling some oracle cards. I'm actually using the 22 Archangels Oracle by Kyle Gray. It's actually the first set of readings I'm doing where I'm using this deck. And I think I like it so far, but let me know what you think. All right, you have a bonus card here that popped out, but let's see what's on the bottom. You have Raziel, the inner workings. There are hidden truths below the surface. Dig deeper. Yeah. So you have some downtime, and this may be a great time, or you have just a period of, like you have a break, something like this, and like, how do you want to use this? This may be an opportunity to dig deeper and find the things below the surface, which would connect to the Hermit. This card popped out. You have Hanuel, embraced by love. Let love reach where it has never reached before. You then have these two cards, Zadkiel, karmic release. It's time to release what's holding you back and step into a more radiant self. Not too many people have been getting this. You then have Jeremiel, personal responsibility. Take responsibility for your choices. This is an opportunity for inner growth. Wow. Okay. I love the idea of taking personal responsibility. I try to do that personally in my life, like as much as I can. Sometimes it can be hard, but personal responsibility is a really powerful thing for you and also spiritually, right? And for others around you as well. You have Azrael, transcendence. You wouldn't be who you are without what you have overcome. Own your story. Then you have Daniel, divine discernment. Trust in the messages within, they are divinely guided. Okay, so there is definitely this idea of truths below the surface, trust the messages within. There's definitely something coming forward for you intuitively here with the Hermit as well. And maybe the answer, if you're looking for a solution to something, If you came to this reading and you're looking for a solution to something, it would say that the answer is likely through something like a meditative practice here with the Hanged Man and the Hermit, or by doing some inner study in some way. Okay, let's go ahead and let's clarify the 9 cards here by pulling some more cards. Now, Aquarius, I do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I do hope things are going well for you. Let me get a shuffle in here. All right. See what we have to clarify these cards here. All right, you have the World. Nice. You have Ace of Pentacles. And the 7 of Swords. Okay. So, 7 of Swords, Page of Pentacles is interesting. Okay, with the 7 of Swords, I recently was, somebody in my comment section actually gave me a really good interpretation of the 7 of Swords, and I'm having a hard time. I'm not exactly remembering what the person said, but like problem solving, right? The 7 of Swords, it can really indicate problem solving. Let me see if I can find it. Kudos to that person who said that. I don't know. Calculated risk. Yeah. Calculated risk. I actually really like the idea of a calculated risk here as we look at the 7 of Swords. Kudos to that person in the comment section who gave me that interpretation. It may mean that some of you are taking a calculated risk. This would actually sync well with this reading here, as some of you are looking to balance something. You're looking to weigh options. Again, looking at the Justice card, weighing options, balancing the situation. Maybe some of you are taking a calculated risk and you're waiting. Maybe you already have taken that risk and you're waiting for the result of that here, okay? Because I'm not getting a weird energy with the 7 of Swords that I usually do. You have the Ace of Pentacles as well, which is planting the seed of abundance for yourself in your life. This can indicate results or profit coming in. It's a really positive new beginning as well in your life. So you have double aces here. And I think that that's on the way here, as you have the World, which can indicate success and completion towards something. Yeah, I think this is absolutely a very positive card for you. I think if you have some downtime, which I think some of you do, I think some of you have made a move here. I think some of you have made a move. And you're now waiting to see what the outcome of that is. You will get the outcome here with the Justice card, and I think the World as well. And I think the time that you spend between point A and point B is really important, which is kind of what I've been talking about. Okay, you have the 6 of Swords, you have the Knight of Wands, and you also have the 5 of Swords. Okay, so 5 of Swords with the 9 of Wands. You know, there's a quote that I wrote down, and I've only gotten to use it a few times during this set of readings I've done, but the quote is, sometimes the wrong train takes us to the right station. Okay, sometimes the wrong train takes us to the right station. And I say that because of this 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords can indicate failing at something or losing something. But it's much better to do something and fail than it is to do nothing. Because at least we've undergone some learning experience through the failure. And you never know where that failure may lead you. You never know where what station that train may take you. And what I would say is some of you are a little bit hesitant here with the 9 of Wands and the 5 of Swords around something. Maybe you are second guessing the risk or the decision that you've made here, and you're now worried that you're going to fail. This may be something that some of you are resonating with. Some of you are worried about something you said or some action you've taken, but you never know where this may lead you, okay? And I think some of you are maybe even thinking about moving here with the Knight of Wands. I like the result of the outcome, I like the result of the action you've taken here in the past. I like the outcome for you, okay? In other words, I like the outcome that's going forward for you here, as the Knight of Wands is landing on the Justice card. I really like that outcome. Knight of Wands, it can say that you're ready to shift into something else, okay? Knight of Wands comes forward when maybe people are moving, maybe people are traveling, or just ready to live an epic life. Okay, the Knight of Wands is like the van life card. I've always said it's like the van life card. It's like doing something maybe that's a little different or unique, but that's exciting, that's epic, so to speak. And I think some of you, there is something about a calculated risk here. I'm going to have to use that interpretation more because I think this is definitely showing up. You then have the Six of Swords, which can represent a transition in one's life. So some of you are really looking to undergo this new beginning. You have the Tower, you have the Nine of Wands again, and the Devil. So I was actually waiting to see this Devil card. Reason being is the combination of the Hierophant and the Devil for me is breaking free of tradition. Okay? That is the combination I have historically seen when somebody's looking to do something different in life. Like, approach something in a different way. It's a classic break free of tradition card. Okay? And you have this here. I think some of you are doing something different. Like just unique at this time. And you're not sure how it's going to play out. And that's part of it, Aquarius. That is absolutely part of taking a risk in life. You know, risk and reward is just a part of the experience here, and you never know what the outcome will be. And I think some of you are maybe a little bit hesitant or worried about some step you've taken. And I think that based on this reading, whatever the result is, you are learning something very significant about yourself at this time. I think there's definite signs of success here with the world, for sure. The double aces, this idea of going through a tradition, the Knight of Wands, going through a transition, the Knight of Wands. There are definite signs of success here, but whatever the result is, I don't think that you will come to regret it, okay? The Tower says that there may be a little bit of a surprise here around this. Yeah, and the Seven of Wands, you're thinking, look, this person's thinking deeply about something, okay? Let's go ahead and let's take a look at the Kipper cards here. And let's see what's in the Kipper energies for you. Okay. You have Distant Horizons, Thief, Message, Courthouse, Privileged Lady, and Pathway. Okay. So I actually want to clarify this energy here. You're a little bit just unsure. You know, imprisonment is not it. The way I look at it, this imprisonment card is you just feel like overwhelmed, or you just feel like trapped in something, right? And it's more so like at the mind level, I think, because you've already done something a little different from what you're usually doing, and you're really concerned maybe about this idea of failure. I want to say that quote one more time. I've said it twice now, but sometimes the wrong train takes you to the right station, okay? And no matter what the outcome here is, it seems like you're on the right path. It seems like something positive is happening. Pathway is your dharma, okay? This feels like there's a kind of like a spiritual element to what you're going through right now. You're waiting for this message. Let's see what the message, maybe it's connected to work here, or a career or business. I like this for you. Distant Horizons and Pathway says that the future is bright for you, and there may be a little bit more waiting here with the Pathway and Distant Horizons card, as well as the Page of Swords and the Hanged Man, but I think that this is a very, very positive message. Thank you so much for being here, Aquarius. If you enjoyed this reading, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll most certainly be talking to you again soon.